In this video, I'm taking you through everything that you need to be able to do for the Solving Equations Year 8 Maths exam. What I've got here is a seesaw. As you can see, the seesaw is perfectly balanced. I've got Annie at this end and I've got Bob at this end, and they are both the same weight, so that seesaw is balanced. This one over here, however, is not. I've got Annie over here, but there's nobody at the other end, so Annie is weighing down that one side of the seesaw. I want you to think about this seesaw here when we're talking about solving equations, because an equation is a kind of a balanced situation. We've got that balance point in the middle is the equal sign. And what we're saying is that what we've got over one side is equal to what we've got over the other side. So for instance, we might have x plus 3 over this side, and what we've got perfectly balancing it over that side is 5. So we've got x plus 3 and 5. Those two things are perfectly balanced. Now, when we are solving equations, our job is to work out what our letter is. In this case, what is this x? What number does it stand in for? Now, let's come back to our balance situation over here with Annie and Bob. If I was to add this cat here to both sides of our equation, would it still be balanced? Yes, it would be, because I've added the same cat to both sides. Now, what would happen if I took away that cat? Would it be balanced? No, not unless I took away this cat here as well. Now, with our equation over here, I've got x plus 3 on one side and I've got 5 on the other side. Now, my aim is for x to be all by itself on one side of the equation. Here's what I do. I ask myself, what is stopping x from being by itself? And the answer is this plus 3. This plus 3 is stopping x from being by itself. Now, what I want to do is get rid of that plus 3. But here's the thing. If I just take away that plus 3, then my equation is no longer balanced. But what I can do, just like I took a cat off each side, I can take 3 off both sides. Now, if I take 3 off both sides, because I've done the same thing, it's still balanced. Now, what's 3 minus 3? Well, that's 0. All of that there goes away. So I've only got x left on this side. And what have I got on the right-hand side over here? I've got 5 minus 3, and 5 minus 3 is 2. Let me show you what I just did then. Here's our equation. X plus 3 equals 5. Now, I want this plus 3 here to go away. So watch what I do on the next line. I go x plus 3 minus 3 equals 5 minus 3. And you can see in the blue, that is what I've done to both sides of the equation. Now, 3 minus 3, that's 0. That's gone. What have I got left? Over this side, I've got x. Over this side, I've got 5 minus 3, and that is 2. Okay, I'm going to solve that equation again, and I want you to see if you can say the lines with me. I've got x plus 3 equals 5. What do we do next? X plus 3 minus 3 equals 5 minus 3. X is equal to 5 minus 3, which is 2. How about we try this one? What about if I have x plus 10 equals 15? Well, what's stopping x from being by itself? It's this plus 10. How do I get rid of a plus 10? I take 10. Let's do it. X plus 10 minus 10 equals 15 minus 10. Notice I've taken the 10 off both sides. That's what I have to do. Otherwise, my equation is no longer balanced. Well, 10 minus 10, that's 0. That's gone. What do I have next? X equals 15 minus 10, which is 5. How would we do this one? X plus 2 equals 12. Say the next line with me. X plus 2 minus 2 equals 12 minus 2. What's next? X equals 12 minus 2, 10. What about this one? X plus 7 equals 9. What's stopping x from being by itself? The plus 7. How do I get rid of a plus 7? By taking 7 away. Say it with me. X plus 7 minus 7 equals 9 minus 7. X equals 2. Maybe you can do these ones by yourself. X plus 6 equals 10, and X plus 1 equals 50. Press pause and do those yourself. Now remember, for both of these, I need 2 lines of working to get the marks on the exam. Okay, say the first one with me. What do we do? X plus 6 minus 6 equals 10 minus 6. X equals 4. Next one. X plus 1 minus 1 equals 50 minus 1. X equals 49. Okay, in our next sort of equation, there's one little difference. Let's have a look at this one. X minus 2 equals 5. Okay, here's what we say. We say, what is stopping X from being by itself? And it's the minus 2. What's the opposite of minus 2? Plus 2. So we're going to add 2 to both sides. Look how we do it. X minus 2, notice I wrote that just as it is, and now I'm adding 2 plus 2 equals 5. And what did I do to the other side? I added 2, so I've got to add 2 here as well. So this minus 2 plus 2, that goes away. On the left-hand side, I just have X. On the right-hand side, I've got 5 plus 2, which is 7. Let's look at this one. X minus 4 equals 10. What's stopping X from being by itself? It's this minus 4. What's the opposite of minus 4? That's right, plus 4. I'm going to add 4 to both sides. Say it with me. X minus 4 plus 4 equals 10 plus 4. X equals 14. Now these next two, I want you to see the difference between them. They're almost the same, but there is one difference. Can you notice it? The one on the left over here, we've got X plus 3 equals 10. And what do we have over on the right here? We've got X minus 3 equals 10. I want you to notice the difference with how we deal with these. With this first one here, we're saying, how do we get rid of a plus 3? What's the opposite of plus 3? That's right, it's minus 3. So we go X plus 3 minus 3 equals 10 minus 3. X is equal to 10 minus 3, which is 7. Now this next one here, what's stopping X from being by itself? It's the minus 3. And what's the opposite of minus 3? It's plus 3. So we're going X minus 3 plus 3 equals 10 plus 3. X is equal to 10 plus 3, which is 13. Did you notice the difference there? If we've got a plus 3, how do we get rid of a plus 3? By minusing 3 from both sides. And if we've got a minus 3, how do we get rid of that? Well, by adding 3 to both sides. Okay, here are 4 for you to try. See if you can get them right. Now remember, we're not just looking for the answer here. In order to pass this test, you have to show you're working because the problems are going to get harder. So we're practicing on some very easy numbers now, but you do need to show all of your working for this. Okay, say it with me. How did the first one go? Well, what's stopping A from being by itself? It's the minus 5. So what are we going to do? We're going to add 5. We go A minus 5 plus 5 equals 6 plus 5. A equals 11. Next one, A plus 5. Oh, how do we get rid of a plus 5? We're minusing 5 equals 6 minus 5. A equals 6 minus 5, that is 1. So we've got those first two, those answers there. Now if I was marking this, 1 mark for that line, 1 mark for that line, 1 mark for that, 1 mark for that. So you do need to show these lines here. Next one, B plus 2 equals 4. What's stopping B from being by itself? It's that plus 2. How do I get rid of a plus 2? I have to take 2. Equals 4, take 2. I have to take 2 from both sides. Notice I'm doing the same thing to each side. B equals 4 minus 2, which is 2. Next one, B minus 10. How do I get rid of a minus 10? That's right, I plus 10 equals 11 plus 10. B equals 11 plus 10, that's 21. Again here, we have 2 marks there, 2 marks there. Okay, so the rule is that what I do to one side, I've got to do to the other side. So if I am taking away 5 from that side, I've got to take 5 away from that side too. 5 minus 5, 0 there, and we've got a equals 11 minus 5 is 6. Now you would see too, if I had this situation here, and I want to get rid of a minus 5, what do? I add 5, in which case a is going to be 16. Now, next type of problem. Here I've got 2 lots of x equals 20. See that 2x there? 2x is equal to 2 times x. So there is a little hidden invisible multiplication sign in there. Now I say here, what's stopping x from being by itself? And it's the times 2. And what's the opposite of times 2? Well, it's actually divided by 2. And I write it like this as a fraction. That just means divided by 2, okay? Now, the reason why I write it like that is because I'm going to do something here. It's called cancelling. I've got 2x divided by 2. That just gives me 1x. Can you see those 2's go away? And then over here, I've got this fraction here just means 20 divided by 2. You can put that into your calculator like a fraction, or you can put it in 20 divided by 2 if you don't know what that is. 20 divided by 2 is just 10. Have a look at this one here. If I've got 3x equals 6, watch what I do. Divided by 3, cancel. X equals 6 divided by 3. Put that in your calculator if you need to. That's 2. Have a look at this one. 5x equals 20. Now what's stopping x from being by itself? It's this 5 times. What's the opposite of times? It's divide. So I'm going to go divide by 5, cancel. X equals 20 divided by 5. That's 4. Now what about if I had this one? Minus 4x equals 20. Now, remember that that's still times there. So it's minus 4 lots of x, minus 4 times x. You know what I do here? That negative sign is not going to bother me. All I'm going to do is go divided by negative 4. Divided by negative 4, cancel. And I've got x equals 20 divided by negative 4. Well, 20 divided by 4 is 5, so it's some kind of 5. Positive divided by a negative is a negative. Or you could put that in your calculator and your calculator would tell you that that's negative 5. Let's look at another one of those. Just say I've got negative 10x equals 30. What do? Divide by negative 10. Divide by negative 10. Cancel. X equals 30 divided by negative 10. That's negative 3. Okay, here are 3 problems. I'm going to have x plus 3 equals 10, x minus 3 equals 10, and let's say 3x equals 18. 3 problems. How are we going to do those? Well, first one here, what's stopping x from being by itself? It's the plus 3. How do I get rid of a plus 3? I minus 3. So I go x plus 3 minus 3 equals 10 minus 3. X equals 10 minus 3, that's 7. Next one, what's stopping x from being by itself? Minus 3. What's the opposite of minus 3? Plus 3. So I go x minus 3 plus 3 equals 10 plus 3. X equals 13. Then this next one here, 3x equals 18. What's stopping x from being by itself? Well, that's times 3. So what do? Divide by 3, cancel. X equals 18 divided by 3. That's 6. Here's some more. Can you have a go at these ones by yourself? Press pause on the video. Well, what's this first one? Remember, there's a times in there. So that's a times minus 4. What do? Divided by minus 4, divided by minus 4, cancel. X equals 16 divided by minus 4. That's minus 4. Your calculator can help you with that. Next one, what's stopping x from being by itself? Plus 4. So I'm going to go x plus 4 minus 4 equals 16 minus 4. X equals 12. Next one, what's stopping x from being by itself here? Minus 4. What's the opposite of minus 4? Plus 4. X minus 4, add 4 plus 4 to both sides, equals 16 plus 4. X equals 20. How did you go with those? Okay, we've got another type here to do. Well, look at this. 2x plus 3 equals 15. We've got two things stopping x from being by itself. First, we've got this plus 3, and then we've got this times 2 here. Now, the one that we have to get rid of first is the plus 3. It's kind of the loosest. It's the one that's sitting on the end there. We can easily get rid of that. Watch what we do. 2x plus 3 minus 3 equals 15 minus 3. 2x, see, we've still got this 2x here, don't we? 2x equals 15 minus 3, that's 12. What have I got to do next? Well, it's that 2 times now, so I've got to get rid of that. I'm going to go divide by 2, cancel. X equals 12 divided by 2, that's 6. Have a look at this next one. 5x plus 7 equals 27. There's two things stopping x from being by itself. First, it's this plus 7 we've got to get rid of. Say it with me. 5x plus 7 minus 7 equals 27 minus 7. 5x equals 27 minus 7, that's just 20. Now, 5x equals 20. 5 times x equals 20. What's the opposite of times 5? That's right, we're going to go divided by 5, cancel. X equals 20 divided by 5, that's 4. Here's another one. 3x minus 2 equals 7. Well, the first thing we're going to get rid of is this minus 2 here. How do we get rid of a minus 2? That's right, we add 2 to both sides. 3x minus 2 plus 2 equals 7 plus 2. 3x equals 7 plus 2, that's 9. What do I do next? Divide by 3, cancel. X equals 9 divided by 3, that's 3. What about this one? 5x minus 6 equals negative 11. This is interesting. Now, do we need to let this negative 11 bother us? Not at all. So, first thing that we're going to deal with is this minus 6. How do we deal with that? 5x minus 6 plus 6 equals negative 11 plus 6. Now, if we're not good at problems like negative 11 plus 6 in our heads, we can just pop that into our calculator. But what do we have left over here? We have 5x equals negative 11 plus 6, that's negative 5. Okay, what am I going to do next? Divide by 5, cancel. X equals negative 1. Here's another. Negative 2x plus 3 equals 15. What am I going to do first? That's right, I'm getting rid of this plus 3. This negative 2x, it doesn't need to bother me. I'll deal with that later on. Negative 2x plus 3 minus 3 equals 15 minus 3. Negative 2x equals 15 minus 3, that's 12. What am I going to do next? Divide by minus 2, divide by minus 2, cancel. X equals, well, 12 divided by 2 is 6. Positive divided by negative is negative 6. Lots of negatives in this one, but that doesn't need to bother us too much. What am I getting rid of first up? This negative 2. minus 3x minus 2 plus 2 equals negative 14 plus 2. Negative 3x equals, well, what's negative 14 plus 2? That's negative 12, and your calculator can help you with that if you're not confident with those. What am I doing next? Divide by negative 3, divide by negative 3, cancel. X equals negative 12 divided by negative 3. 12 divided by 3 is 4. Negative divided by negative is a positive. Here's another one of those. Negative 2x plus 7 equals negative 2. Okay, what am I going to do next? Well, I've got negative 2x plus 7 minus 7 equals negative 2 minus 7. Negative 2x equals negative 9. What am I doing next? Divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2, cancel. Now, you might want to put this one into your calculator. X equals 9 divided by 2, negative 9 divided by negative 2, 4.5. Negative divided by negative is a positive. Notice how this one here isn't a whole number. That doesn't need to bother us. Our calculator is not stressed out by that, so we don't need to be stressed out by that either. The answer is 4.5, 4.5. Okay, one more type. 5 lots of x plus 1 equals 20. Okay, you'll notice here that I've got some brackets happening. First thing I need to do is expand the brackets. Do you remember how to do that? We say 5 lots of x is 5x plus 5 lots of 1 is 5. 5x plus 5 equals 20. Now we know what to do, don't we? We're going to go 5x plus 5 minus 5 equals 20 minus 5. 5x equals 15. What do I do next? Divided by 5, divided by 5, cancel. X equals 15 divided by 5. That's 3. So when we've got a brackety one like this, what do we need to do? We just need to start by expanding the brackets. 3 lots of 4a plus 1 equals 63. Well, what am I going to do first? That's right, I'm just going to expand the brackets. 3 lots of 4a is 12a, plus 3 lots of 1 is 3, equals 63. Then we know what to do after that, don't we? 12a plus 3 minus 3 equals 63 minus 3. 12a equals 60, divided by 12, divided by 12, cancel. A equals 60 divided by 12, that's 5. Okay, here are some for you to try. Now I'm going to tell you that not all of them have whole number answers, but if you've got your calculator with you, that doesn't need to make it more difficult. Press pause, give them a go. Okay, here's our answers. First one, 5x minus 2 plus 2 equals 13 plus 2. 5x equals 15, divided by 5, cancel, x equals 3. Now that one there, you're going to have a mark for that line, mark for that line, mark for that line. Lots of marks in that, so you want to make sure that you show all that working. Now for this next one, the first thing we're going to do is expand the brackets. 5 lots of 2x is 10x, minus 5 lots of 1 is 5, equals 55. What's next? 10x minus 5 plus 5 equals 55 plus 5. 10x equals 60, divided by 10, cancel, x equals 6. Next one. Negative 2x plus 6 minus 6 equals 10 minus 6. Negative 2x equals 10 minus 6, that's 4, divided by negative 2, cancel. X equals 4 divided by negative 2, that's negative 2. Next one here. Negative 2x minus 1 plus 1 equals 12 plus 1. Minus 2x equals 13 divided by negative 2 divided by negative 2, cancel. X equals, and this is our calculator one, negative 6.5, negative 6.5. We're going to go through some trickier ones now. Have a look at this. Got 2 lots of 3x plus 5 plus 3 lots of x minus 2 equals 10. Now, can you notice here I've got lots of sets of brackets? That doesn't need to be a problem for us. All I'm going to do is crack them open, expand the brackets. That's going to be 6x, 2 times 5 is 10, plus 10, plus 3x, 3 lots of minus 2 is minus 6, equals 10. Next thing I need to do is collect like terms. I've got 6x here, and I've got plus 3x. 6x plus 3x, that's 9x. What do I have next? I have 10 minus 6. 10 minus 6, that's 4. It's positive 4, equals 10. What am I doing next? 9x plus 4 minus 4 equals 10 minus 4. 9x equals 6 divided by 9, cancel. X equals 6 divided by 9, and that is 0.67, or 67 there. Okay, or you could leave that one as this fraction here. We could simplify the fraction, and simplifying that fraction will give me 2/3. But as a decimal, that's fine as well. Now, this next one here, this has got a little trick in it, and the little trick is this negative sign here. But we'll explain that when we get to it. First thing we're going to do is expand these first brackets. 2 lots of 5x is 10x, minus 2 lots of 4 is 8. Now, this next one here, what I'm multiplying through is this negative 3. So I'm going to say negative 3 lots of 3x. Negative times a negative times a positive is a negative, so I've got negative 9x. Then I've got negative 3 lots of positive 7. That's going to be negative 21. Okay, so the trick is remembering that it's this negative 3 that I'm multiplying through. Okay, what am I doing next? I'm collecting like terms. Well, I've got 10x here, and I've got minus 9x. 10x minus 9x is 1x, or as we write that, just x. We don't need to write the 1 for an x, we can just call it x. Then what else have I got? I've got minus 8, minus 21. Our calculator will help us with that. That's minus 29 equals 15. What do I do next? X minus 29 plus 29 equals 15 plus 29. 15 plus 29, that's x equals 44. Okay, here's another one here. What are we going to do first? First up, we're going to expand the brackets. First up, multiplying through this negative 2. Negative 2 lots of 3x is negative 6x. Negative 2 lots of positive 1 is going to be negative 2. Plus, this is a plus, which is a bit easier. 2 4s are 8x, minus 14 equals minus 12. What do I do next? I collect like terms. I've got minus 6x plus 8x. Negative 6 plus 8 gives me 2x. And then what have I got next? I've got minus 2 minus 14. That makes minus 16 equals negative 12. 2x minus 16 plus 16 equals minus 12 plus 16. 2x equals, use your calculator for that if you need to, 2x equals 4 divided by 2, cancel, x equals 2. Okay, I've just got one more thing to show you now. I want to show you this one here. X plus 1, and then I've got this sign here. Notice how it's not an equal sign? This is actually a smaller than sign. It's an inequality symbol. So let's just go through what these ones are. That one is smaller than. This one here is greater than or bigger than. And we've got another one here. This one here, smaller than or equals to. Notice we've got this sort of equal sign here. So this one is smaller than or equal to. And then we've got this one here, which is greater than or equal to. So if I've got, imagine this, I've got x is greater than 1. What I do is I make myself a number line. Here we are, here's 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, x is greater than 1. Can x be 1? No, it can't. It's got to be greater than 1. So I'm going to draw an open circle there, and x can be anything up that way. It can be 2 or 3 or 5 or 1,000,000, as long as it's greater than 1. What about if I had x is greater than or equal to 1? Well, here's our number line. 0, 1, 2, 3. If it's greater than or equal to 1, is it allowed to be 1? Yes, this time it is. So I colour it in and I put an arrow that way. I colour it in. Colouring it in means that it's allowed to be that number. What about if I had this? What about if I had x is smaller than 5? Got my number line. 0, 1, 2, 3. There's 5 there. Smaller than 5. Well, is it allowed to be 5? No. So I'm going to have an open at 5 and it's going that way. It can be anything smaller than 5. What about if I had x is smaller than or equal to -2? Draw my number line. Here's -2. So is it allowed to be -2? Yes, it is. So I'm going to put a dot there. It doesn't matter if you do these above or below. And it's got to be smaller than. So you notice here the arrow's going that way. So my arrow's going that way. Okay, so it's going in the same direction. Smaller than or equal to, I colour in this circle. Now here, if I've got x plus 1 is smaller than or equal to 3. Now, what I'm going to do is solve this in exactly the same way as I would if it was x plus 1 equals 3. What would I do? X plus 1 minus 1 equals 3 minus 1. X equals 2. But I'm going to do that instead of the equal sign, I'm going to have this other funny sign here. It's going to go x plus 1 minus 1 is smaller than or equal to 3 minus 1. X is smaller than or equal to 3 minus 1 is 2. Then I draw myself a number line. On the test, I think I'll probably give you a number line. So you've just got to mark it. And so smaller than or equal to 2. I go to 2. Here's 2 here. Smaller than or equal to. So it's allowed to be 2. So I colour in 2. And smaller than or equal to, smaller than that way. Notice that arrow there. Same like that one there. Okay, same way there. How about we do another one? Let's go x plus 5 is greater than -3. What do we do next? X plus 5 minus 5 is greater than -3 minus 5. What do I do next? X is greater than -3 minus 5, that's -8. And we have a number line. There's -8, there's 0. X is greater than -8. Is it allowed to be -8? No. So I have it open and I have an arrow going that way. That arrow for greater than. Okay, so these are inequalities. You do them exactly the same as you do with an equation, and then at the end you pop the answer on a number line. Have a look at this one here. 2x plus 1 is smaller than or equal to 5. What are we going to do here? 2x plus 1 minus 1, smaller than or equal to 5 minus 1. 2x smaller than or equal to 4. Divide by 2, divide by 2, cancel. X smaller than or equal to 4 divided by 2, that's 2. Okay, so number line, 0, 1, 2, there's 2. X has got to be smaller than or equal to 2. Well, it's allowed to be 2, so I'm going to colour it in, 2, and it goes that way. Okay, if you can do those things, you should be fine for our test next week. I'm going to put up one more screen with problems, and you can press pause and go and do them all. Okay, have a go at these. Press pause. Let me work them through quickly. 2x plus 5 minus 5 equals 11 minus 5. 2x equals 6. Divide by 2, cancel. X equals 3. Let's go over here. Negative 4x equals negative 16. Divide by negative 4, divide by negative 4, cancel. X equals 4. Next one. Negative 2x plus 5 minus 5 equals negative 3 minus 5. Negative 2x equals negative 8. Divide by negative 2, divide by negative 2, cancel. X equals 4. Next one. X plus 2 minus 2 is smaller than or equal to 6 minus 2. X is smaller than or equal to 4. And on a number line, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 is here. Smaller than or equal to 4, it can be equal, so I colour it in, then we come back that way. Okay, down to this next one. Expand the brackets. 15x plus 5 equals 25. 15x plus 5 minus 5 equals 25 minus 5. 15x equals 20. Divide by 15, divide by 15, cancel. X equals 20 divided by 15, which will give me 1.3 recurring. Okay, over here for this one, 2x plus 1 minus 1 is greater than 7 minus 1. 2x is greater than 6. Divide by 2, cancel. X is greater than 3. Make a little number line. 0, 1, 2, 3 is here. And x is greater than 3. Is it allowed to be 3? No. Open circle. Greater. Bigger. Going that way. Okay, this next one here, final one, we need a bit of space. Expand the brackets. 6x plus 2. Now, next thing here, I can't be tricked up here. I've got to multiply through this minus 4. Minus 4 times x is minus 4x. Minus 4 times positive 5 is minus 20 equals negative 12. Next thing I need to do is collect like terms. 6x minus 4x. That leaves me with 2x. 2 minus 20 is minus 18 equals negative 12. 2x minus 18 plus 18 is negative 12 plus 18. Negative 12 plus 18, what is that? That is 6. So 2x equals 6 divided by 2, cancel. X equals 3. Okay, I hope that is useful to you. If you can do all of those things, you should go well on the exam.